you play a part in a great city by being a teacher or instructor. Question number 1. What key life experiences has formed you who you are today?
Having the opportunity to work with lots of interesting people and maintain those relationships with people from graduate school forward out into working career has been pretty impactful.
Question number 2. How did you become passionate and involved in teaching in the city of Tempe?
And I was lucky in that the first place I was teaching had incredibly amazing students, even
Cool.
though it was only a 1-year gig. So it was inspiring to say, oh, well, these actually can help people do really good work. That's super interesting. So
Question number 3. What are your core values and how are they reflected in your work?
people should try. Even if you try and fail, it's fine. At least you're trying to get something done. And so a lot of the syllabi that I have around having opportunity to redo something, if you've discovered later that you haven't done it the way you were supposed to do it, or you figured out later that you didn't do as much as you should have done, or if you figured out later something, something, something. So like there's always the opportunity to continue to improve rather than saying, nope, that's it, forget it, you're done.
Question number 4. What makes Tempe a great city?
From where I was teaching previously in upstate New York, I mean, there's hundreds of millions of, I mean, not literally, but like it feels like there are tons and tons and tons of artists, just like every single corner, residency, everything. Upstate New York, this is over here and over there and over here and over here and over there. There's like 30 or 40 different artist residencies. They're all doing this stuff. They've all got these things. And in a way, it feels very old world, kind of locked down, like you're not going through the system of the art world that's expected in the New York Northeast region. You're not going to get these things. And then, sort of traveling west, there's like an idealized, or at least a perceived idealized of like, you travel west because there's opportunity of things that have not necessarily been like so ingrained or locked down in.
Oh, question number 5. What causes, projects, and activities are you involved in and why?
One of them is a longer term project, working with sort of taking apart the internals of neural net systems for artificial intelligence and machine learning. There's a field that's called XAI, which is explainable AI, although I'm not doing that directly, but trying to artistically pull apart the guts of a neural net system and be able to work with it in real time as performance practice to kind of see like, is there opportunity in here for like artistic development? Are there questions here that I can ask in sort of an artistic way that sort of develops moving graphics that create something that has never been seen?
Now we're on to question 6.
Cool.
How do you collaborate with other groups and individuals to realize or actualize your impactful work?
Spend a lot of time on the phone. I don't know if that really answers the question. I spend a lot of time on the phone or on Zoom trying to figure out what it is we are doing.
Now we're on to question 7.
Cool.
What other creators who are focused on similar causes, projects, and activities have influenced you?
I don't know so much recently. I would say more so 5 to 10 years ago. I don't know if you've ever heard the radio program called This American Life. Yeah, so there's a radio show that's called This American Life. It's out of Chicago, and Ira Glass runs it. And what they do is they sort of find these very strange slices of different people's lives and present them in interesting ways.
Now we're on to the final question. What do you recommend I do to become a future creator, our great city?
I think well, so I think lots of artists have different ways of going about being impactful. And I think sometimes it's about figuring out like what is the practice that you have and what do you respond to in the way that you develop work. So if you respond on one end, then it's like, continue working in that way. But if you respond on the other end, then keep working on the other way. If you're somewhere in the middle, then that's fine. You kind of have to sort of find your place by figuring out, like, if I do this, how does this work for me? Does this work with me? Does this not work with me? Yeah, I don't know. I'll try this thing over here. Does this work with me? Does this not work with me? Yeah, I don't know. And you sort of feel out where you are on the spectrum.